Hey guys, happy Thursday. It is time for Soar with Shauntae. That's me, Shauntae Smith. I am so excited about chatting with you guys on tonight. I'm so excited about what we're about to discuss and what we're about to get into. So do me a favor. When you're coming in, I want you just to let me know what city or state you're tuning in from. I love to give just some love to all of my Facebook friends. I know that there are so many people that are brand new. There are so many individuals that I've connected with, and I've been having a blast getting to know you. So this is going to be a time for us. I love Thursday nights at around 8 o'clock. I come live just to help women that I'm connected to go to the next level. I really believe that collaboration is the new wave. I really believe that we are better together. It feels like it's something on my face. I really believe that we are better together. And I'm so excited, right? So I am here for the next 15 to 20 minutes to help you soar. So do me a favor, if you have a bestie, if you have a friend, if you have a group of girls that really need momentum, right? I think it's about 78 days left in this year, which is beyond me. But for those of you that are really ready to kick your life, to kick your ministry, to kick your business in high gear, I believe that these keys that we're going to talk about tonight is really going to help you do that. So as I'm on, I just want to share this with a couple of girls that I'm connected to. And then we're definitely going to get started. Let me say, though, I am so grateful for each and every one of you that have supported me with my book, I Speak, right? My book on affirmations, declarations, and decrees. I want to say thank you so much. My website is right here on your screen. If you are looking to speak over your life, if you are excited that your world is framed by the words of your mouth, I encourage you to invest in yourself and get this tool. I help you to speak over your life, to really declare new normals, to be able to frame your world by what you say, right? How many of you know, just give me some fire emoji or some praise hands. How many of you know that you will live on the level that you speak, right? You can speak victory, you can speak defeat, you can speak that you're an overcomer, or you can speak that you're a victim, right? You really set the tone for your life, and everything else is either going to agree with what you say, and it's going to align with what you allow it to do. So let's get into it. 8 keys to creating momentum. So a little about me. I am a full-time entrepreneur. I've been in entrepreneurship since 2014. It's crazy, right? I've been full-time since 2016. And I just want to share with you over my journey of building in this digital space. I've grown from a novice to a professional, right? I've grown from an amateur to being someone who wants to build a long-lasting business for the rest of my life. I don't want to have to start over. I love the home-based business industry, but I believe that there is a right way to do it, right? I remember when I first started, I really didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't have the best of mentorship. And you know it because I'm pretty sure you've either done it or you've experienced it, right? When you are getting new and you're excited, we call it ignorance on fire, right? You're just hopping in people's inboxes, you're spamming them, right? Copy and paste messages, child. We've done it all. But I am so grateful and fortunate for something called mentorship, right? And called leadership development that has allowed me to get some bruises, to get some scrapes, but to grow. And where I am in my leadership is I'm coming live at least once a week to help someone that may be new on their journey, to help someone that may be in the middle of switching companies, switching businesses, to really help you, my sister, right? You, my friend, to let you know that there are 8 keys to creating momentum. Those of you that are live, I need just a virtual administrator. Drop this in the chat. It takes 21 days to create a habit. That's nothing that you've heard for the first time, right? It's something that we all probably grew up saying. Whatever you do for 21 days becomes a habit. I want somebody to drop that in the chat. It takes 21 days to create a habit. It takes 90 days. This is in realms of business. It takes 90 days to get into momentum. 90 days, right? An entire quarter, right? 3 consecutive months of action to kick your business into momentum. So it takes 21 days to become a habit, anything that you do, good, bad, or indifferent. It takes 90 days for you to get into momentum. And when you get into momentum, of course, you want to stay there, right? So it takes 6 months for you to create a new reality, for you really to start to see a harvest on the seeds that you've been planting, for you to start to see fruit, right, of what you've been planting. And then it takes an entire year to change the trajectory of your life. So I'll give that to you again. If you're on, just drop it in the chat. 21 days to become a habit. 90 days to get into momentum, 6 months to create a new reality, and it takes a year. You've seen it posted on social media, whether on someone's timeline or in a story. A year can change your life because it takes 12 months of consistent action to change the trajectory of your life. So after 4 years as a full-time entrepreneur, I'm talking about doing this thing and it being pretty much my sole source of income. The first key that I want to share with you tonight is that you need to pray, right? I know that there's so many people with different backgrounds, but you guys, you're going to come to know me if you haven't yet understood that I'm a believer. And there's something that happened in my life when I was in my first business from 2014 to 2018. For 4.5 years, I was building a business. And what I realized is my business was starting to scale, and I had to, where's my cell phone? I had to hold on tight to maintain my business. If you know what I'm talking about, just drop me some hearts or some loves, right? So I had to hold on. I was glued to my phone every single second of the day, to the point that my business became my God. I felt that I had to manage this business in order for my life to be taken care of. But I realized when I finally left and I had the courage to shift gears, I said, I don't want to sell anymore. No disrespect to those that are in it, but I don't want to be in the MLM industry anymore. It was a good run. I had ups and downs. I had highs and lows. I had ins and outs. But when I decided to shift gears and do something completely different, the first thing that I made a distinct note is that my business will not be my God. I said, my business will not be I'm not going to worship a company. I'm not going to worship what they offer, right? I'm not going to worship a compensation plan. I'm not going to be so afraid to step away from my phone. I want to build my life, and a business is going to be a silent partner to my purpose, right? So the first thing that I encourage every business owner to do is to pray every day. And make sure that you're not only praying over your business, but you have a direct connection with God, right? The second key is to develop a routine. Success leaves clues, and successful people have routines. What is your schedule looking like? Those of you that are in entrepreneurship and you're bivocational, meaning that you still have a full-time job, whether it's 8 to 4, 9 to 5, and child, in this virtual kind of space of learning and growing, you're probably feeling like you're working more for your career or your job than you were when you were actually going into the office, right? But if you especially still have a full-time job, you have to develop a routine. You know this, right? You have to have a routine of what is your business hours, what are your family hours, where's your personal self-care. Mental health is something that I think a lot of entrepreneurs haven't really even delved into, right? So we have a routine, we have a schedule. So we are going to pray every day, right? Making sure that when you get up in the morning that your cup is full, right? Making sure that when you get up in the morning, before you enter an email, before you get on social media, before you post a story, right? That you are having communication with God so that your business does not take up all your time. The second thing is that you need to develop a routine, right? There's something that I have here. This is my routine. It's an accountability tracker, right? For my business. It gives me what we call income producing activities so that I can make sure that notifications and chimes are not messing with me, right? I also, do I have it close? I'm sitting here in my office. I don't have it close. Oh, actually I do. It's something, those of you that need to really develop a routine, I want to share something with you really quickly. I didn't think about doing this. That's why I don't have it handy, but it's something called a 15-minute tracker, right? If you need it, I definitely can help you with it. It's something called a 15-minute tracker in which you can track your day. You know that those of you that are building something long lasting, we call them power hours, right? Set your life on a power hour. Give yourself an hour for an activity. Give yourself an hour. I heard someone even say that they do power hours for their life. So, okay, I'm gonna wash my clothes from this time to this time. I'm gonna start cooking my dinner. I'm gonna be, so that you can literally feel that you're starting and ending your task. So the first key to creating momentum is prayer. The second key to creating momentum is to develop a routine. I hope this is helping somebody. The third key is to work with the willing. If you are on right now, those of you watching the replay, I want you to drop it too. But those of you that are on with me right now, if you are in business, just drop a me. Just let me know. Just let me know, because I need to know who I'm talking to. I know that my personal aspirations intersect ministry and the marketplace. It intersects faith and finances. So I have a lot of people that follow me that are in ministry, and I have a lot of people that are connected to me that are in business. So if you are in business, let me just see you real quick, because I need to know who I'm talking to. This third key, work with the willing. Work with the willing. Let me tell you something. I need you to love people where they are. There are so many of us that we're getting drained, that we're getting frustrated, that you are slipping into what I call management mode, because you're trying to work, force, convince, pry, motivate, inspire everyone. Right now, our world has been flipped on its head, and there are so many people that are trying just to figure out life. And everyone that starts with you won't end with you. So I need you to work with the willing. I need you to love people where they are. And I heard this and I said, I'm going to adopt this into my life. Let me ask you a question. And this is not belittling or being rude to anyone, but are you looking for business partners, or are you looking for business projects? I remember when I first got into entrepreneurship, when I first started building it, it was literally a whosoever will let them come. Like anybody that wanted to, make extra income. And, back in the day, we would put up the post and you would have all those call to actions. Anybody that said they were interested, I would invite them. I'm not there anymore, right? I have a particular audience. I have a particular pedigree of women that I want to work with, and I'm only working with the willing. You have to work with people in their season. And I don't want any more business projects, people that I have to. Now, you're always going to have to build. Let me say something. Leadership is not for the selfish, right? Leadership is not for the immature. If you really want to be a professional entrepreneur, you're going to have to lead leaders. Anybody that is in leadership, they don't want followers. They don't want groupies, right? They don't want people that's just going to hang around them and praise them. In leadership, you can't be insecure. It's not about you. It's about how many people's lives are you changing. When you think about being a leader, it means that you have a vision for the masses, right? So I need you, sis, to stop stressing yourself out, to stop being frustrated, and work with the willing, and get rid of all the business projects, and really start to open yourself up for business partners. What does that look like, Shauntae? If someone is on this live and you're like, you know what does that look like? Give me some context. A business partner is someone that you don't have to convince or force to do personal development, right? It's going to be someone that has an abundance mindset. It's going to be someone that even if they're not there financially, they have work ethic, they have grit, they have tenacity, they have stick-to-itiveness. They don't give up easy. They don't make excuses, right? You want business partners. You don't want projects. You don't want to have somebody that you have to pull and beg, and they've joined your vision, but now you're chasing them. No, ma'am, not anymore. We only have 77 days left in this year. We don't want projects. And a lot of people want to enroll downward. And it's, again, it's not a belittling statement, but I'm giving you the keys to momentum. If you want to start moving quickly, if you need agility in your business, if you're ready to start running swifter, you have to get people that are in a similar level than you. And I would even peradventure to encourage you to start to talk up, right? Talk to people that it makes you a little nervous. Your stomach starts to quench. You're like, I don't know. Those are the individuals that you need to partner yourself with, because they're not going to be a struggle. They're not going to be a headache. So key one is prayer. Key two is develop a routine. Key three is to work with the willing. Key number four, run your own race. I need somebody to drop that in the chat. Run your own race. Let me tell you something. I've been on social media, especially Facebook, since 2005, right? I believe that it came out my sophomore year in college. Social media is amazing. It has connected me with women that I probably would have never been able to cross paths with. It has given me ministry opportunities. It's allowed you guys to purchase my books, right? It's allowed me to impart, to pray, to minister, to preach, to empower, to lead, to develop. Social media is absolutely amazing. The undercurrent, or the negative side, is that we just see the highlight reel. We see the highlight reel. We see the best picture, right? We see the cutest video. We see people that get dressed up just to take a picture and then go back and put their pajamas on. And you are beating yourself up because you think you should be going faster. You think that you should be further. You think that you should be more known. You think that you should be platformed by now, only because you're looking at someone else's paper. Only because you're scrolling up and down your timeline. It should give you motivation. It shouldn't make you envious. It should give you motivation. It shouldn't make you competitive. Other people succeeding, other people being platformed, other women going forward. Do you know that you can congratulate another woman for winning without your light dimming? I need you to be okay with your race, okay? One of my declarations in I Speak is that I believe that I'm exactly where I need to be. Stop having this frustration on the inside of you that I got to catch up and I got to catch up and I got to go further and I got to do, because you're looking all around at what everybody else is doing. Do you have a clear vision for your business? Do you know what you're called to do in the marketplace? Do you know who you're called to serve? This will help you run your race and create momentum. When you are clear on who you are and what you offer, when you are clear that your voice is needed for this season and this generation, when you are convinced, when you are confident because you've had prayer, because you've developed a routine, and because you're working with the willing, you can run your own race. Do you see how it's all falling in line? Because I've prayed, I don't need external validation. I don't need someone's like, love, and share to make me feel good about myself. I've been validated from the time I woke up this morning and I was in my prayer closet. I was validated when God told me that he gave me the power to create wealth so that it can establish his covenant with me in the earth. I was already validated in my prayer time before I even hopped on my phone. And I've developed a routine. So guess what? I'm only working with the willing. There's a particular group of women that I'm looking for, right? And I know them when I see them. I know them when I hear them. There are people that are captivated and drawn in by my voice. So I can run my own race. That means I can show up on a Thursday night and do Soul with Shauntae to tell you it's your birthright to advance. It's your birthright to live more abundantly. It's God's promise for you that you will be the head and not the tail, that you can create something that 4, 5, 6 generations down in your lineage will say, I'm so grateful that Grandma Tay decided to be an entrepreneur in 2014, decided to leave her job in 2016 and really do this thing with integrity, because our family knows no debt. We are able to change our tax bracket because I was focused on running my race. Who is connected to you that by the time we say goodbye to 2020, by the time we say hello to 2021, by the time we get to the end of this decade, they're going to be grateful that you started to run? Do you see how I didn't say wait for other people to run before you start running? Because it never happens. Successful people know that in order to create momentum, you have to be a self-starter. I really hope this is helping someone tonight. You have to be a self-starter. You need to be a leader before you have anyone following you. Leadership and mentorship collapses time, right? So running your own race, which is our fourth key, I want to help someone lift up the burden of comparison. It's the thief of joy. Complacency gets you into management mode. Being codependent on your team robs you of creativity and momentum. Run your race in your time frame, with your style, the way you do it. Let me tell you something. My name is Shauntae Monique Smith. There's nobody that can do what I do the way I do it, how I do it, because I'm unique. I can't do it like you. And when you really start to step into your authentic greatness, you realize that it's more quality over quantity. Yeah. Tonight we've come to soar. We've come to go up. Everybody can't elevate. They're not ready for it. They're not willing to pay the price. Everybody can't go where you're going. Everybody doesn't want to go. So run your race. And I promise you, the faster you run and the longer you run, you will find that people are going to be attracted to your agility, that people are going to be attracted to your speed, that people are going to see your consistency. That's something that we really don't have in entrepreneurship these days. People are not consistent enough. They're in and they're out. And all of us have ups and downs. All of us have moments in which we're in sheer acceleration, and then you have moments of growth. Every single last one of us. But don't uproot yourself before you get your harvest. Okay, here we go. Key number 5, stay hungry. Stay hungry. I recently had to come out of a funk, a fog, a phase, if you would. I had some really great goals that were being accomplished holistically I'm talking about in every single area. And 2020 has still been a phenomenal year, right? But I realized that I went from running my own race to checking the palate of everyone that was connected to me. You will starve yourself. You will get hungry. You will be deprived. You will become malnourished if you try to force feed people who are not hungry and you forget to eat. Stay hungry. Those of you that are accomplishing great dreams, I see it up and down my timeline. We are literally rocking it out this year. But in staying hungry, as you accomplish your goals, as you hit your benchmarks, as you're able to create these milestones, I need you to quickly dream another dream. I messed up this year because, again, whatever you do for 21 days becomes a habit. Whatever you do for 90 days puts you on momentum. And as I was moving to that 6-month mark, I didn't dream another dream. I had accomplished my highest dream at that time in a number of areas of life, in ministry, in business, personally. I was winning. I was in my winning season, but I failed to dream another dream. You know how we always say, keep your why at the front of everything that you do? Let me tell you something. Visualize, journal, and be consistent. Your dreams should always make you tremble just a little bit. If your dreams are not large enough, if they're not vast enough, if they're not making you go pray, right? If they're not making you level up and read some more, if they're not making you say no to some things and really delve into personal development, your dream is not large enough. So we're going to pray every day. That's our first key. We're going to develop a routine. We're going to work with the willing. We're going to run our own race. We're going to stay hungry. Let's move to key number 6. I've mentioned it a couple of times tonight. We're going to develop ourselves. Okay. I'm very passionate about this because I get a blessed opportunity. Again, I told you guys I've been building online now for 4 years, full-time, 6 years in all. And I meet so many individuals, So many phenomenal people. They have great potential in their life, but they have limited thinking and they self-sabotage. I know because I was one of them. But the key to creating momentum, the key to getting everything that you need is personal development. It unlocks the door. It is the key. If you've been thinking, how can I get to the next level? If you've been thinking, I know that I'm called for this. I know that I'm good at this. First of all, you need to find your right field or your right lane, right? We'll talk about that next week, right? How to decide which lane is right for you, right? Because if you're going to soar, you have to be in the right place. You have to be connected to the right people. You have to be at the right altitude, right? But then you have to develop yourself. This is a constant development. As an entrepreneur, as a minister, you have to stay sharp. As a leader, you have to stay sharp. Personal development unlocks everything, right? And reciprocity is key. Let me know, the people that I'm talking to tonight, that you have realized that you were given more than you were receiving from friendships and business, and with your acquaintances, that you were given out more than you were receiving. Who am I talking to tonight? When you start to develop yourself and your eyes are open, it's like the scales literally fall off your eyes and you're like, what? Wait a minute. You're not reciprocating, right? I'm supposed to be able to receive at the level that I give. This relationship is supposed to be fluid, especially if we're building something together. But if you're only giving, if you're only doing, if you're the one that is always reaching out, if you're the one that's always pouring out, you have to really assess, are these people for me in this season? Okay. So developing yourself, personal development unlocks everything. Reciprocity is key. And I need you to do the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. That's a word for somebody. Do the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. Do the uncomfortable until it becomes your norm. And then when it becomes your norm, stretch yourself again. What's uncomfortable for many of you is doing stories. For some of you, it may be going live. For others, it may be finishing what you started. Do the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable, right? It may be actually reading a book. It may be speaking over your life. It may be creating a schedule. Do the uncomfortable until the uncomfortable becomes comfortable, right? Key number 7, we're almost there, to creating momentum is to master your energy. Y'all, I'm giving y'all, filet mignon tonight, right? Master your energy. Energy is everything. I need you to be okay with being you. Let me tell you something. If you know anything about me, I'm always singing. I'm always dancing. I'm always excited. I'm always smiling. And I realized that for so long, I had been living in a facade because I was so concerned with what people would say. I don't know who the they are, but I was so concerned with what would they say, because I'm a minister and I'm a preacher and I'm in church. But guess what? Master your energy. If you allow people to project their fears on you, to project their labels and their limits on you, there's nothing that I've done in my life that everybody in my life was in agreement with until I did it. Oh my gosh, that's for somebody. There's nothing. I'm talking about the college that I went to, the grad school that I decided to enroll in. Okay. When I was ready to go to college, I left New York and then I traveled to North Carolina. Well, who do you know in North Carolina? And why you want to go all the way there? There are schools all around. There were not too many people that gave me the green light. But then when I got to college and I started soaring, come on, soar, and I started excelling and I started moving forward in destiny and doors were opening and I was being platformed, then everybody wanted to say, oh, Tay is out there in North Carolina, right? But had I not made that move, I would have missed an opportunity. Then I decided to go to grad school all the way up in Massachusetts. Well, why in the world you want to go to Massachusetts? And why in the world you want to go to an Ivy League school? And why in the world do you want to do that? And why in the world? And because they gave me their limits, their limitations, their fears, their questions. But then when I got there and I started soaring and doors started opening and I was platformed, then everybody was so excited when they came to my graduation, or they saw that the commencement ceremony was going up. Well, she went up there and she was in Harvard, and that's my girl. And I always knew she was going to do great things, but you didn't believe in me and you didn't give me the opportunity to even expand. So then I started working, and I decided after 4 years of work, I ain't want to do this anymore. And I was going to retire at the age of 29. Well, aren't you supposed to work until you're 60? And aren't you supposed to do that? And so what I'm saying is, master your energy, and you know that your purpose is calling you. You know that there's something that you need to fulfill. There are some people that they're called to work in administration, or they're called to create a career. And I support you and I rock out with you, but that wasn't my journey. And I had to master my energy. I had to monitor the energy of people that I was taking on. Be very careful that people don't give you their labels and their limits and their fears, and you start to believe that it's yours, right? So emotional intelligence is key, especially for those that are building something from scratch, especially for those, whether you're writing a book, you're creating a curriculum, you're building a business like a brick and mortar. You're trying to navigate in this 2020 year, right? I need you to master your emotions. Emotional intelligence is key. You cannot be up and down, in and out every day. You're going to have a moment. You're going to have days. You may have a small stint, right? But that cannot be a consistent track. You have to have mastery of your emotions. Someone's going to say something. You get what I'm saying? Start rolling in that. You're going to lose everything. Those of us that are successful, the wealthy know, get your feelings out of it. It's business. Get your feelings out of it. It's a deadline. It's not personal. It's business. And if you come to the table with your feelings on your sleeves, you're not going to endure. So emotional intelligence is key. How else, Tay, can I master my energy? Alignment. Oh my gosh. You know when you feel out of alignment. You know when you stop doing the work, when you're giving into limited thinking. You know when you're not reading, when you're not filling yourself up. You know when you're tired, when you're in your feelings and you get off track. It's very important. Take it from someone. See, when you have strength, wisdom, and you have knowledge on the inside of you, it's easy for you to be resilient. You know how people can actually get knocked down and then they can come back 10 times harder, and we call them like the bounce back kid, and we give them all these names like, what is it? The setback was only for the comeback. You know how people actually come back and others don't? It's because they've got back into alignment. But you can't get into alignment if you have nothing to pull from in moments of fear, if you have nothing to pull from in moments of drought, if you have nothing to pull from in moments of emptiness. What have you filled yourself up with? Is it with the opinions of other people? Is it with people who don't even understand your vision? Many of the people that I'm connected to, we're trailblazers. We don't have models and examples in our family that have done what we're trying to do. It's foreign. You sound crazy to your warm market. Your friends and your family don't understand what you're building, and it's okay. Because you are in control of mastering your emotions and remaining in alignment. And you know exactly what that means. To get back into alignment, then you just start to repeat. You get back in prayer. You develop your routine. You work with the willing. You get hungry again. You start developing yourself and you master your emotions. It's that simple to get back into alignment. And let me share something with you. Those of you that are building, again, I've been in the home-based business industry for a while. I'm also an author. I've self-published 2 books. I've literally helped my parents build ministry in New York, and we're building in Charlotte from the ground up. So I really feel like I'm a foundationalist. Okay, I just gave myself that name. I really feel that I'm a foundationalist. And so many people want to celebrate when the building is erected. My kudos goes to the team that built the foundation, right? So guess what? Those of us that are out of alignment, you can get back in alignment if you do the work. And I'm not talking about the work for business. I had a conversation with one of my mentors, and I told her, I said, in business, the actual work that we have to do, approaching people, sending out messages, building new relationships, sharing what we offer, that's not the hard part. The hard part is becoming. Oh, y'all don't want to talk tonight. Y'all don't want to talk tonight. Y'all don't want, this is soaring. I don't want to be average, right? I'm not talking to average business builders. I'm not talking to women that just want to live a life of mediocrity. I'm not talking to women that just want to have the same mundane, predictable, typical life. I'm talking about women that know it's time for us to catch flight. The work in your business is not hard. The hard part is becoming. It's becoming that leader. It's becoming resilient. It's actually paying the price. It's going through the process. It's shedding old mentality. Oh, I wish somebody would talk to me tonight, right? It's actually growing beyond your limitations. It's doing it uncomfortable. It's showing up before you even know if anybody else is going to be present. It's running when people leave you. It's continuing on when people change their mind. Right? It's not force feeding people that don't want it. It's actually building yourself up to be the leader that is selfless. It's not making it about you, but really investing and finding those people and really building others. It's about changing lives. That's the hard part. The work that you need to do, that's not hard. We got cute pictures and filters all day. That's not hard. It's the becoming. It's enjoying the journey. It's running your own race. It's not beating yourself up because it's taking you longer than you expected. It's the becoming, the process, the development, the matriculation, the school of the hard knocks. It's for those of us that want to do this thing right. We don't want to be sharks in inboxes. We want to develop relationships. It's not the whosoever will let them come. It's actually finding out my niche and being able to have the language for those that I'm called to serve. It's the becoming. Right? Does that make sense? So when you master your energy, you won't beat yourself up if you're in development, if you're in the prerequisite to your advancement. If you're in the prerequisite of becoming, who knows if what you're dealing with these last 77 to 78 days is not going to set you up for the greatest year of 2020 that you've ever seen. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to be bigger than your wildest dreams. It's the becoming. It's showing up on a Facebook Live at 8 o'clock on a Thursday, knowing that one day you will speak to thousands. You will speak to the masses. It's the becoming. So the first 7 keys: pray every day, develop a routine, work with the willing, run your own race, stay hungry, develop yourself, master your energy. And this is where I'm going to leave you tonight. In order to have a key, the 8th key to creating momentum is to believe you're worthy. If I can just get us to believe. I'm so happy that I started believing in Tay, right? My nickname is Tay Boogie. Y'all know that. I started believing in me. I am worthy. I am worthy to walk through every door that's already been determined for my life. I am worthy of living a life of abundance. And when I say abundance, y'all know that money is low-hanging fruit, right? When I say abundance, I'm not even talking about monetary value. I'm talking about overflowing in love and joy and peace. I'm talking about living in abundance, that I get up every single day, that God allows me to breathe, and I have another 24 hours or however long I decide to stay up to serve other people, right? That I get to live life on the level that I speak. I believe that I'm worthy, and I believe you're worthy as well. So the 8th key to creating momentum is to believe that you're worthy. You don't have to dot every I and cross every T, but you're still worthy. It's your belief system. What do you say to you? Do you say that it's going to be hard? Do you say that you can't advance and you can't get beyond? Are you thinking that it's going to be a struggle? What have you settled for in life? What areas have you settled for and you're just going to maintain and you're just going to be okay rather than creating something? These are my notes. You're worthy to live in abundance so that you can fulfill your purpose, live in your authentic greatness, and contribute to the world. That's why we're here. Those of us that are creating something that only we can see in our spirit, only we can see in our dreams. You have to believe that you're worthy before it manifests. I know that word manifestation. I'm going to be doing a lot of teaching about that as we probably go into the month of November. Because from a scriptural standpoint, I want to really help those that are believers understand that manifestation literally comes from the word, y'all. I think that, again, developing yourself and really being open to extract the scripture and then to actually have a book, you will see that everything that we're being taught, all of the books and the audio books that we're listening to and that we're reading, it comes from the word. But it starts with your belief, right? As you think in your heart, so are you. So you can watch every Facebook Live. You can register for every webinar. You can, hop on and get on a plane or drive to every conference. But at the end of the day, when you come back home and you lay in your bed, my question is, do you believe that you're worthy? Do you believe that your voice matters? Do you believe that you have something to say? Do you believe that people are waiting for you? Do you believe that the wrong people can't find you and the right people can't miss you? Do you believe? Do you believe that you deserve to recover everything that you lost this year? See, because I believe, and I'm just declaring this, and I taught last week about decrees. You can go back and look at that live. A decree is creating a new law. Not only am I walking through every door, watch this, but I'm about to recover everything that was lost. Oh, y'all not ready for me tonight. Not only am I moving forward, I have a fulfilled present, I have a fruitful future, but I'm also about to recover everything in my past that was lost. Do you believe that you are capable of living a life of significance? So these are some things that was on my heart. I just wanted to come live and share it. Drop your aha moments. 8 keys to creating momentum. Pray every day. Develop a routine, work with the willing, run your own race, stay hungry, develop yourself, master your energy, and believe that you are worthy. I want to stay connected with you. I'm going to throw my website up here one more time. You can definitely opt in if you text my name, Shauntae, to the number 71441. Is on my website. You can opt in so we can stay connected through text. If you are interested in really gaining some tools and learning how to speak over your life, I encourage you to get my latest book. It's called I Am, I Will, I Have, I Speak, Affirmations, Declarations, and Decrees for Today's Woman. And then, of course, you can see a little bit more about me. I have been so fulfilled to be with you guys on tonight. I love these Soar Thursdays that we have at 8 o'clock. I can't wait to be back with you next Thursday. Inbox me if you have any questions. Let's have a conversation, build a fruitful and a meaningful relationship. And until then, don't forget, it is your divine right to soar. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you later.